on this Tech Ed Thanksgiving special, let's start with this. Our harvest being gotten in, our governor sent 4 men on fowling, so that we might, after a special manner, rejoice together, after we had gathered the fruits of our labors. They 4 in one day killed as much fowl as, with a little help beside, served the company almost a week, at which time, amongst other recreations, we exercised our arms, many of the Indians coming amongst us, and amongst the rest their greatest king, Massasoit, with some 90 men, whom for 3 days we entertained and feasted. And they went out and they killed 5 deer, which they brought to the plantation and bestowed on our governor, and upon the captain and others. And although it be not always so plentiful as it was at this time with us, yet by the goodness of God we are so far from want that we often wish you partakers of our plenty. So the first Thanksgiving in 1621 was described by Edward Winslow, perhaps not in words that we would necessarily use in this day, but described nonetheless. Winslow, a diplomat, a printer, an author, a trader, and a politician. As we look at Winslow's words, one phrase sticks out to me on this Thanksgiving 2020. And although it be not always so plentiful. Perhaps these words ring a little truer this Thanksgiving than they did in Thanksgiving past. Thanksgiving, a day of turkey and turkey bowls, of cranberries and mashed potatoes, of football and pumpkin pie, but most of all, for so many of us, of loved ones and families, of journeys, literally over the river and through the woods, to take time to see those we know we should and wish we would, not just see on special occasions. But this year, this holiday of parades in New York City and prepping for the craziness of Black Friday feels different, less jubilant, less social and more socially distanced, less of gathering around a great table and giving thanks, and more gathering around family Zoom meetings and FaceTime calls, reminding one another of how we wish we were together and promising that things will be different next year. Yet, in spite of all of this, perhaps Thanksgiving 2020, although it not always be so plentiful, is one on which we will feel more thankful, not less. As our producer, Melissa Martin, observed this week, at its heart, Thanksgiving is really about taking time to be thankful for all of the things that we take for granted. We think back on Thanksgivings past and how we recognize that, but for this one day, we were not as thankful as we should have been for time with our children, though this year, given the times in which we live, we may not be with them as we would have in other years. Although it not always be so plentiful. In years past, we took time to remind ourselves of the blessing of being able to visit in person with parents and grandparents. We gave thanks for the plentiness of our food, that we could walk into a restaurant almost any time and enjoy a meal. We gave thanks that we lived in a country where we could exercise our freedom, go anywhere we wanted, anytime we wanted, with whomever we wanted, virtually without limitation. Concerts, worship, rallies, parties, and picnics, all of this taken for granted. Although it not always be so plentiful, in years past we gave thanks for our health and for our strength, a blessing many more of us than usual do not enjoy this year. We gave thanks for our jobs, for having a place to go and work closely with others, for the gifts and resources that our incomes were able to provide for us and for our families. This year, far fewer of us were gainfully employed for the entire year, and perhaps we take employment a little less for granted this year as well. Thanksgiving 2020, for most of us, a Thanksgiving like no other. This Thanksgiving will feel different, not just because we won't celebrate it the way that we usually do. This Thanksgiving will feel different because of the absence of that so many of us took for granted in the past. Though in spite of all that we are missing, although it not always be so plentiful, perhaps this Thanksgiving, in a strange way, will be more about what Thanksgiving is all about. Because all of those things we took for granted last year, we take a little less for granted this year. The current pandemic has rocked our world, this world of technical education. But yet so many of us have found things for which we are thankful. We asked you, technical education, what you were thankful for, and you answered, thinking deep and creatively, and offering sometimes emotional and always heartfelt thoughts about what, in spite of 2020, you're thankful for. Let's listen in.
I'm Josh Gamer. I'm the Dean of the Integrated Technology Division at Western Technical College. I'm thankful for our employers and the fact that you put your trust in us for securing your future workforce needs. Without your commitment, without your support on our advisory panels, and acting as a partner within the educational journey of our students, we couldn't possibly do the things we do. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Alex Kovalev. I'm the Petroleum Technology and Automation Instructor at Williston State College in Williston, North Dakota. This Thanksgiving, I want to thank three people. Pamela Rasmussen, our former CTE Director, Ken Kwame, our IT Instructor, and Mr. Jim Gibson, my former coach through the Mentor Connect program. Without the help and support of these people, I would not be where I am right now as an instructor and a subject matter expert. Thank you so much.
First I was a machine operator, and then I built electrical boxes, and then I did some research about this program, and I met Tom, and I really want to thank him for being such a great professor.
I spent about 26 years in the industry before I started teaching, and I've been very lucky to work with the individuals that I have worked with. They've been free and giving me information and helping me, and the great thing about that is I'm able to now, through teaching, help these young adults in 11th and 12th grade to hopefully find a lot of love in this particular area of expertise in the trade, and also just to get them ready, to try to get them ready for the real life world.
I'd like to thank my high school girlfriend's father, who worked at Honeywell in the engineering department, and he's the one that told me to go into technology, and you would have a good living and a lot of fun.
Told me to go into technology, and I would have a great living and a lot of fun. Isn't that what technical education is all about? A great living and a lot of fun. And thanks to the people we are hearing from today, new generations of students, perhaps inspired by fathers of high school girlfriends or principals or instructors or teachers doing amazing work in our middle schools and high schools, our community and technical colleges, our universities will find their ways to rewarding careers in technology, industry, manufacturing, and STEM. All thanks to the people like the people who shared their thoughts with us in these videos, and like those of us joining us today.
In the spirit of Thanksgiving, Elkhart Lane Columula High School would like to thank Ameriquip, Sargento, Career Foods, Masters Gallery, Lab Midwest, Oostburg, Kiel, and Random Lake for all the time and effort to make Industry 4.0 possible. Once again, thank you and have a great Thanksgiving.
Hi, my name is Mehdi Rufai. I'm Faculty of Electrical and Computer Engineering at University of Wisconsin-Platteville. The 2020 is a very challenging actually year for us because we need to have a just challenge for the COVID situation. This year I try to just more interaction with the student virtually, and I hope that working together and just working for the educational stuff just can help us to just overcome this very challenging situation.
Hi, I'm Ty Bowen, graduate of the Fluid Power program at Minnesota West Community and Technical College. Love to give a huge thank you to my instructors, Tom Medthune and Jim Fisher. Thanks for everything you guys did for me. Great career, great program. Thank you.
My name is Tom Hurley. I'm with Milwaukee Area Technical College in the Electronic Technology area. What I'm thankful for is the help that I received 24 years ago from Stu Vorpagel and Frank Trusky. So they're the ones that got me involved in the technical college and technical college training, coming from an engineering background, and they were real helpful in understanding what you need to do and how you need to interact and all the important things that you need to do as far as a technical college instructor.
Hi, my name is Sean Pepper. I'm a high school tech ed teacher at Baldwin Woodville High School. I'm thankful for obviously my family, I'm thankful for time that I get off from school to spend time with my family, but I'm also thankful for my job as a whole. I have a lot of support in this district, and we have a lot of support with getting equipment and making a lot of partners in the industry.
Making a lot of partners in industry, says Sean. I had a conversation just yesterday with a thought leader in technical education who asked my opinion about what will be important in tech ed in the coming years. My first answer was partnerships between education and industry, and not just superficial ones where we have visits and take pictures and shake hands, but deep ones where educators and industrial employers are heavily engaged with one another, sharing ideas, aligning curriculum with industrial competencies, sharing resources, and not just financial resources, but knowledge and wisdom, creating amazing pathways for students, caring not where from they come, but where they are going. Let's hear from DC Everest about their community relationships and from a few others.
The students, staff, and community of the DC Everest School District have so much to be thankful for. We'd like to give a big shout out to all of the community organizations and employer partners who have helped donate time, money, and resources to our DC Everest School District Technology and Engineering program.
I just want to take this opportunity to thank our industry partners from the Kiel area. Large shout out to Ameriquip, Sargento, HUI, HG Weber, Medco, and the countless other industry partners that we have for helping us support the things that we do at Kiel High School. Thank you again.
Ron Olson, and I am the program director for the mechanical design program at Madison College, Madison, Wisconsin. I'm obviously thankful for my health, my family. I am very, very fortunate, but really fortunate to work at a great place like Madison College. Madison College traditionally is just so student focused and just does a great job at preparing the students for future careers in lots of fields, including high-tech fields, and very fortunate for that.
Okay, my name is Nader Safari Shah. I'm a faculty at University of Wisconsin, Platteville, in Electrical Engineering Department, Controls area. I'm originally from Tehran, Iran, and I've been in Platteville since 2001. And I'm really thankful for, Quanzer people, of course, coming here to help us, with our lab. But to my students and my family, throughout this, COVID-19 this year. So, thank you.
My name is Cheryl Cothey from Kenosha Unified School District. I would like to thank our industry partner, Meg King from LMI Packaging Solutions in Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin. Meg, you have been an amazing partner. You have helped us grow our work-based learning program. You continue to champion for our students and even offer to help during our mentor training. We appreciate you, and hopefully you have a great Thanksgiving.
Continue to champion for our students, says Cheryl. When we think of champions, we often think of the Super Bowl, of the NBA Finals, Olympic gold medals. For me, maybe yellow jerseys or World Series victories. But champion has another definition: a person who fights for a cause on behalf of someone else. In so many ways, 2020 has been a year of these types of champions, of healthcare workers, public safety officers, community organizers, and faith leaders, people volunteering, going above and beyond, championing for others. I'm glad my friend Cheryl Cothey chose the word champion to describe her industry partner, Meg King. For in so many ways, this Thanksgiving is about our champions, many of them easily taken for granted. As we think about that word, champion, let us also be mindful of our champions in technical education. If the word champion is about a person who fights on behalf of someone else, the people in these videos and those like them are champions for their students and learners. And thank goodness for them.
Hello, Jacob Gitter here from West Bend East and West High Schools. Sending a thank you to Metalcraft of Mayville, wonderful partner of mine for the last few years. They've helped us in so many different ways. Providing equipment, materials, supporting us in funding on grants. They've been a wonderful partner. Without them, we would not have a class that we currently teach. We would not have some of the great resources that we use in those classes. and of course their encouragement and expertise. It's wonderful to see as a teacher businesses like Metalcraft willing to help out in their community and support the students that are going to be in the workforce tomorrow. Thanks again, Metalcraft.
The people in my life that I'm really thankful for are my parents. They adopted me when I was when they were an older couple, and I was about 2 months old when they adopted me and gave me a great home. The things that I have to say about them were they always challenged me to be the best I could be. They were always there for me. My mother made the best apple pie and homemade bread around. And my dad was a simple person, but he taught me a lot of those skills of woodworking and things like that. He always taught me they always taught me I'd rather be early than an hour early than a minute late. Excellence should be a habit, not an act. Always be kind to people. They taught me the golden rule, and to treat other people as I should treat them, and do unto others I'd have them as they do unto me. And your serving towel should be bigger than your ego. And if you're going to do something, always do a good job and do it right.
Hello, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. I am very thankful this year for everything Midwest has come in and supported us with. It's really helped our new lab get off the ground, and for all what's been going on top of it, to have their support go well.
My name is Dina Olson, and I work at Ashley Furniture Industries. I am thankful for the opportunity to work in an environment where I not only get to learn myself, but to teach other employees about Industry 4.0. I am also thankful for the exceptional team that I get to work with because they provide many opportunities for me to grow.
My name is Wayne Baroker. I'm an instructor at Waukesha County Technical College, and I would like to thank a man by the name of John Morgan. John Morgan was my first boss when I got into the manufacturing field, but John was much more than a boss. He was a mentor. He was a very, very patient man, to say the least. He fielded a lot of questions from me. But he was always very encouraging, and he encouraged me to learn more about the field. He was a wealth of information himself, but he also encouraged me to go out and continue my education, learn more about the field. It was at this facility I got my first introduction to PLCs, which forever changed my life. And so I would just like to thank John from the bottom of my heart for being such a great boss.
PLCs forever changed my life. I have to admit this comment from Wayne brought a little bit of a smile to my face. To those outside technical education, this probably seems a little bit out of place, but for those of us inside of Tech Ed, we get it. Tech Ed sparks an interest in our students and learners that they might not get anywhere else, and that spark changes lives. I often challenge audiences to think about the 3 teachers or professors or instructors, whatever their education pathway was, and think about the 3 that were most influential on their career pathway and on their life. And you know what? It's never the teacher that developed the greatest curriculum or came up with the best training platform. It's always somebody that took a personal interest in that individual's life, showing them they had an interest that they didn't know they had, or a skill or ability that they didn't know they could be good at, putting their life on a trajectory that it would not otherwise have been. Whether that influences a boss in Wayne's example, or it's a teacher or an instructor or a professor, the truth of the matter is technical education changes lives in ways that we know and in ways that we will never know. Let's hear from just a few more of these amazing people before we close up shop for the day.
This is Greg Chapman. I'm from Gateway Technical College here in beautiful Wisconsin. I would like to thank truly a high school instructor, Mr. King. He was my instructor for drafting and for shop class. Why I found him so influential is that he really got me into engineering. I went to get in the military. My family's a military family. All my brothers, my father, my stepfather, they're all in the military. Went to go in, couldn't get in because of poor eyesight, color blindness, and just flat out poor eyesight. And so he said, why not go into engineering? And I said, I might if I could spell it. And he said, well, let me help you spell it first. And then he says, I said, well, you know, I'm not a fantastic high school student, you know, C plus, B, C plus student. And he says, yeah, we can get you in. And he helped me actually apply to a number of colleges, and Milwaukee School of Engineering happened to be one, and I was accepted and got some scholarships there and chose that.
I know this has been a challenging year, but this week is a time to remember the things we are thankful for. First, I am thankful for the health and safety of my loved ones. My heart goes out to anyone suffering a loss during these unprecedented times. I'm thankful for all our frontline workers who are working tirelessly and courageously to help others in need stay strong. I'm thankful for my students who are working hard to complete their classes while they are working, quarantining, or helping to teach their own children virtually. I commend them for their efforts. I'm thankful to be working at a job that I love with the support of my institution and the Amatrol team. Online tools such as Amatrol support and enable virtual learning, which is critical during this time. And a special thanks to our Amatrol rep, Chris Roberts, who always takes good care of our equipment and software needs. On a lighter note, I will be thankful if I can fit into my clothes after the holidays and this pandemic. I'm wishing everyone a safe, healthy, and happy holiday.
I'd like to thank the St. Francis Robotics Team 7068 for getting me into this program at Anoka Technical College. I'd also like to thank my mentor on the robotics team, Todd Cruz, for really getting me into robotics and electronics.
Hi, my name is Dave Seiler, Mayville High School tech ed teacher in Mayville, Wisconsin. As we approach Thanksgiving, we want to thank our school board, principal, and superintendent for their support of our program. We further want to thank our business partners and community members for helping us create a program that provides training to our students and better prepares them for college or the workforce. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Hello and thank you from the Oostburg High School Tech Ed Department.
We'd just like to thank all of our industry partners, especially Masters Gallery, for your commitment and support in the program that we're developing.
Thank you! And thank you, Oostburg Tech Ed Department, and all of our partners who took the time to thank those that mean so very much to them on this occasion of Thanksgiving 2020. You know, I can't let our webinar end without noting how many of our participants mentioned partnerships with members of the ATS Lab Midwest team and our suppliers in their comments. Our goal certainly wasn't to bring accolades upon ourselves, but that you would recognize us either in your videos as we were recording them is incredibly humbling. But let's be honest, today's webinar isn't about ATS Lab Midwest. It is about the indescribable people in technical education: teachers, instructors, principals, district administrators, parents, friends, mentors, industrial partners who have made you what you are. Nothing short of amazing. So as we wrap up today's webinar Wednesday, gratitude from us to you for your incredible work in securing the American dream for the next generation of manufacturing talent. Thank you, and happy Thanksgiving.